Hi guys, today is Tuesday and we're off out on a little trip we hadn't exactly planned to take today. Last night our video went out talking about the upgrades and things we changed on the van. We got a comment saying this. We've decided that today we're going to go and get the van weighed.
Yep, see if the van needs to go to Weight Watchers or if we need to offload anything. The van itself is 6.3 metres long and under 3.5 tonnes. According to the Death Left's plate at the back, we're 2.9 tonne. So we've got a big payload, but all will be revealed.
I know. Have we used it already?
Did Death Left tell the truth at the factory?
Yeah. We're on our way to find out the answers. We're going to Lanharan Concrete, who have a weighbridge. They normally charge £5 plus VAT to go and get your motorhome weighed. So if you're thinking of it, good place to go. We have weighed the van in the past, but a long time ago. And the drip, drip, drip way you add things and equipment to your motorhome, to be honest, it got us thinking. Hopefully we'll find out we're under, because that's what we think we are. We've always done our calculations on us being under on previous figures. We're going to have the moment of truth.
Yeah, we'll see who needs to go on a diet.
Wow.
No more croissants.
Both of us need to go on a diet. Does the van need to go on a diet too? If it does, what are we going to chuck out? Don't know.
To be honest, there's not an awful lot we can ditch.
To give you a fair assessment of the water tank right now is empty, isn't it?
No, there's about a quarter in there.
Right, so we've got about a quarter of a water tank.
3/4 on the fuel.
3/4 fuel tank. There's us and the two dogs. I don't know if we can be weighed inside the van. Not sure on that. Find out.
We can, but we know, you know, I mean,
yeah.
I come in at 8 stone, dripping wet.
Yes, he does.
That's just me foot, mind, yeah.
Yeah, there's clothes in the cupboard. There's all our equipment. To be honest, there's a lot of equipment in here that we haven't taken out yet, that we aren't going to be taking with us when we go on the Germany trip. So there's tables and chairs. Well, we're not going to take those because we're not going to use them at this time of year. So they'll be turfed out. It gives you a fair idea that at the moment the van is loaded as it was during the summer for us.
Yeah, because we haven't cleared anything out.
No. I mean, we've still got 2 gas cookers in here. We've still got the barbecue in here.
Yeah, that's all in it. The only thing,
we've still got...
The only thing that's empty, that should be empty, is the toilet.
Yeah, there's nothing in the toilet.
Oh, and the grey waste. The grey waste.
Yeah, grey waste is it. All Power's battery pack's still in here.
The LPG is full up.
I would say we are going pretty much, perhaps apart from laptops and stuff like that. There'll be there's probably a little bit of weight to be added on top of what we find out today.
Yeah, and we've both just had a couple of croissants.
Yes, so that's important to note. Actually, it is very important to mention that next year we are upplating, but for this next trip and the one in Spain, we won't be able to uprate before then because the V5 has to go off. And apparently, according to the uprating company we got in touch with, they said it's taking a long time for the V5s to come back. Now, you cannot travel abroad, or you must not travel abroad without your V5. So when we come back in March, whatever the weight says today, this van is going to be uprated.
Yeah.
And by how much was it?
I think it was an extra 290 kilograms.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot.
So that's an awful lot, and that's with no modifications.
Yeah.
That's just based on how it is at the moment.
Yeah. So that's a paperwork exercise that will be done in March. But what concerns us is that between now and March, we're not quite right. So off we go to Lanharan to find out. Yeah, this is it. Lanharan Concrete.
Hey, bud, I spoke with a lady earlier on about using the weighbridge. Lovely, thank you.
So this is the weighbridge. underweight or overweight. Now, you start thinking about the things you've added since the last time we've been weighed, and we've got another solar panel, we've got a power station, we added an extra battery. The list kind of, when you start really thinking about it, it's gone up and up and up and up. So I'm going to be very interested to find out. Now, as I've said while we were travelling, I would say this van at the moment, you could just chuck in a few more iPhones, a couple of extra, you know, pair of pyjamas, whatever. The coats are already in here, the cupboards are all full up. There's actually still tin food. There's some bottled water in the fridge. So we do have quite a lot of stuff in here already. If we're a bit over, there are some things to come off. But also there's some things to go in. There is something that we haven't got on here today. It's a bike, and that weighs about 30 kilos. So yeah, that's a figure we would have to add on, because that's coming with us to Germany. It's quite nerve-wracking. It's a question that we were like, oh yeah, we'll sort it, and we'd spoken to a company, and we'd arranged with them for March. When we come back, we're going to upplate, and we keep saying, oh, we'll go up to the weighbridge, sort it. We didn't. And then when we got the comment this morning, we were like, oh, do you know what? Let's just go this afternoon.
All right.
So
it's okay.
Whee!
3,460 kilograms.
The van has got all the stuff in it. Like I said, there's a few more bits to add, but not an awful lot. So the fact that we are actually underweight is lovely to have confirmed. We thought we were, but until it was pointed out to us and we sat and really thought about it, we didn't know. So I would suggest, just for the very low cost of taking your van to a weighbridge, do it, because the fines wouldn't be worth it, and you could be putting yourself into danger. The lady inside, as we mentioned, they haven't got a printer. She wrote it down. So whilst we were all in the van, a total of 3,460.
So the advantages of upplating. We've had a lot of questions put to us with regards to our van and its weight and so forth. And what we've got is a Deathlefts A-Class compact. So it's a Fiat Ducato Globe bus. The maximum weight is 3,495 kilograms. It has a very good payload of 460 kilograms, and it's only 6.3 meters long, 2.15 meters wide and 2.62 meters in height. So it's quite a compact little bus. What you find is manufacturers like to keep their motorhomes under 3.5 tons. So what they do is adjust the motorhomes to be under 3,500 kilograms or less to allow drivers with a standard UK4 license to drive legally. The big downside of this is they remove some of the payload allocation. We've got a 460 kilogram payload. Let's say we use it as a 4-berth. So if you load in 4 people, fill the diesel tank, fill the water tank, and all of a sudden you're actually over the legal payload for the vehicle. We're lucky that it's just the 2 of us that travel in there with the dogs. And the question we've often asked ourselves is, do we need to upplate? It will actually give us 3,700 kilograms. We can go a little bit further and take it up to 3.85 tons, and that would need a few modifications to the rear axle and assisted suspension. What we're planning on doing is going to 3,700 kilograms. There's no change on that. It really is just a paper exercise, and that gives us that little bit more flexibility. But of course, the downside is you'll need a C1 license, or, like us old people get, grandfather rights to continue driving at above 3.5 ton. Benefit is we've got a bigger payload and the tax goes down. At the moment we're paying £295 a year, and once it's been upplated, for some odd reason the tax will then go down to what we think is £165. Now, to actually carry out the upplating, there's a couple of different companies out there that offer this, but we found a company online called Van Weight Engineering, and their quote to do everything for you is £230 plus VAT. So you have to provide a certification of conformance if you've got it from when you had it, the vehicle is new. Alternatively, you just send off the logbook. They do ask that you send off or provide the proof of weights on each axle. If most people actually took their van to a weighbridge ready to travel on your holidays, I think you would be surprised because they really do cut them right to the bone. Then you add your bits and bobs in there and it's so easy to go over. And what you can see in the picture is a weight plate on the motorhome, and there's 4 lines. Top line, or the gross vehicle weight. This is the vehicle's weight plus the maximum load it can carry. This is usually the first line on the weight. MAM, or the maximum authorised mass of the motorhome, plus what it's able to tow. And then on lines 3 and 4, you'll see the axle weights. The weights over the front and rear axles. As we said, the upplating does have its drawbacks. But for us, in our position, it's more of a positive because we will gain a saving on the tax and we can also carry that little bit more. Like I said, oddly enough, if we carried 4 adults, as it's designed to be a 4-berth, we wouldn't have an awful lot of payload left. We'd be over. So it's just something to be mindful of.
We would like to thank Craig for his question on our last video that really got us thinking and attending to an important issue. We do read and reply to every comment we get, and we love our comment section as we learn so many new things there too. So please let us know your thoughts or experiences with van weights in the comments. We love getting to know you all, and it makes us feel like we're part of a community with you all. We're going to be back on Monday with our last video before we leave for our trip, so stand by for some details on the trip and some packing essential tips. Please do all the usuals, like this video and subscribe if you want to see more of us. It's free. Until then, see you Monday.